Yeah, I'm live now. Sort of waking up, getting my bearings. It's not where I was hoping the sun would be coming up at, but that's all right. I can't control that. I'm gonna make me some coffee going on here. It's a little chilly up here. We're at 5,000 feet anymore. All right. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to sunrise at the Colosseum. You can see the mountains off in the distance over there. On your screen, what you're looking at right now, that pretty much looks down the Colosseum wash or gorge or whatever they call it. And then over here, you're going to be to the right on the screen is Clark Mountain. You'll start to see stuff here in a little bit. When it gets light, I'll swing the camera around so you guys can see where I'm at. I'm actually parked. I camped out last night on the first tailings plateau or whatever, right before you get up to where the pit entrance is at. Kind of hoping my coffee would get going here. It should. It's been on a bit. I'm about ready to scoop this in here. Anyway, yeah, yesterday's live stream ended up kind of being a little weird. So the camera I was using, it's a little Logitech webcam that has a USB plug-in on it. The reason I was using that one is it's got a longer cord on it, and I could mount it on my camera stand and move around, and it didn't have a fixed position, so that was nice. I could move the camera around a little bit. But those of you that were around yesterday for that little bit of a debacle, it was the sun on the lens, and something in it had like some autocorrect feature where it was trying to correct for the light. Anyway, so I shut it down, and then the second stream was pretty much I still had the USB plugged in from the camera, so it went automatically use the same fucking camera. And so I shut that down real quick. And then the third stream, I was like, all right, I'm going to use my laptop on this one. And that's what I'm using right now. It's coming off my laptop. And so now that I've been up here once, the next time I come up here, I'll be a little bit better prepared as far as what kind of tech stuff I got going on. Especially with the wind and stuff. So I'm still waiting for my water to heat up here. It would be nice if it got going. It's a little chilly up here. Anyway, I should have on the stream. Good morning from Germany. White Noise 8 sounds like iHub. White Noise, Germany. So let me see. You guys are late afternoon right now, something like that. Anyway, welcome. That's the whole reason I put on 2 live streams is, I mean, you can go back and watch them, but I put them both on so at different times. So in case Australians wanted to jump on at night or in the morning or in the afternoon. But yeah, you can go back and watch them if you want. Yesterday's, I was standing up at the top of it's not the very top, but it was looking off over into the pit on the rim, top rim. I'm going to be putting out a long form video. I've been working a ton lately, so it's going to take me a little bit to do the editing. But I think y'all will really like the long form video. I got to remember I got my Nikon filming the sunrise too, so yeah, here in a minute. Man, my coffee's water is taking forever, man. Come on, heat up. It's getting warm. Anyway, so this experience out here is unbelievable. I mean, it is desolate out here, that's for sure. It is the Southwest desert. I spent a lot of time in the Phoenix area. I live about 2 hours north of Phoenix now. I still do a lot of work in Phoenix, and that's why building out the van. So I'm not making so many trips back and forth. That, you know, when I do a full 10-hour day and you put in 4 hours of driving, it makes for a really long day. So yeah, that's why I'm building the van out. So when I go down there and work for a good stretch of work, then I just crash out in the van a couple nights, go home, freshen up, and I'm saving mileage on my odometer and stuff like that. But anyway, the mine here, if you have any questions, throw it up. I can't answer a whole lot. I mean I can, but not. A lot of people think they come up and come up to see these kind of things and meet, a manager or whatever, and, get all this information. Yeah, I picked up some information, filled in the pieces here and there, but nothing that is, new. It's all stuff that we already know. Little details that maybe the company just overlooks or doesn't think it's a piece of information that we're interested in. But yeah, I picked up on a few small things. I'll be highlighting a couple of things that I was able to fill in the pieces on. For those of you that like have been following me for a bit or know me personally, I've been last several months, I've been really digging in, and I've watched hundreds of hours of YouTube videos on this place, just studying the road, seeing like what kind of problems do I have if I drive my van up here. And then down at the Green's cabin, I don't know if any of you know what I'm talking about, but down at the base of the Clark Mountain, at the base of all the huge tailing piles down here, there's some like leach fields with fence around them and stuff. Anyway, I took some still images off of YouTube videos and I posted some of them. I'm like, hey, what's this? What's that? And well, yeah, I found out a little bit about that. Like that there's a big tailings pile. And then, but I found out that this is a piece of information I didn't really know a whole lot about. But under tailings piles like that, they put like leaching draining systems. Like it kind of reminds me of like a French drain. The water seeps down into one collection point, and then so anyway, yeah, I found out that has nothing to do with us. It's all old stuff. We don't have to worry about it. It's not our headache. So that was nice. I'll throw up some pictures when I get a chance. But TJ White, good morning, TJ. Were you able to catch the third time's a charm yesterday? I think you were on there for a little bit. I'm really happy you guys turned out. I wasn't really expecting a whole lot off of my social media. As many of you know, I mean, I'm not it's not something that, you know, I'm counting on. I don't make money on it. I'm not monetized. I need to be a little bit bigger than that. I started my YouTube journey just really, I got a lot of friends everywhere, all over the world, and I love them all dearly, but I can't keep up with them all. It's just so hard to just, you know, even some of my closest friends, I haven't talked to one of my best friends for probably 2 or 3 years. I know he's probably somewhere romping around in Vietnam, doing his thing. But yeah, so that's why I started the YouTube and just put up small shit. I got a lot of family that are like, what are you working on now? What kind of house you building? What kind of vehicle are you working on? Da, 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 da. And I just like, you know what? Hey, here, I'll send you a link, watch this video. And then they're like, damn, I didn't know you had a channel. And so, you know, I got a lot of my family. And for those of my family that don't know, you should be investing in DTREF, Dateline Resources. All right, now that yeah, you're welcome, TJ. No problem. Boots on the ground always will help someone ease their mind if they're questioning their investments. You know, being able to see it by someone that you know is kind of in the same boat you are, it's kind of important, and I'm happy to do it. But yeah, as you can see, the sun is going to start popping up over there, and as we're getting a little bit lighter now, I think I wanted, for the on effect, I wanted my kettle to start whistling because it's such a cool sound. But I think I'm just going to have to pour this hot water into my coffee. Maybe, oh, I'm pouring it everywhere. God damn it. All right, I'll turn that off. Yeah, it might just be the wind. Anyway, I like to do a little French press. Oh, yeah, this is going to be good. Yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out with me this morning. Appreciate it. I got a couple of you watching. Let's see if I can hold out for 5 minutes while this does its thing. Yeah, so one of the things that I noticed is they are working on the road. It's a lot better than what the videos I watched was, but man, they got some big equipment that is going to be coming up and down this thing. You'll see in the long form video, I had to quickly get off the side of the road. And I mean, I had like my passenger tires were off on the side of the ditch. And I don't have rear lockers on my diff. So if I'd have got stuck, that would have been kind of embarrassing to ask the company guy to help me get out. But yeah, no, this guy was in one of those 40-ton fucking dumps coming down, and there's not a lot of room on the upper part of the road. It gets really narrow, and if people all of a sudden they realize that there's been improvements and they start coming up here a lot and they get in the way, then the sheriff's going to have to get involved. It's going to cause delays, and then that's going to affect us because shit's not getting done in a timely manner, and they're going to have to figure stuff out. It's a public road, so you know they got their hands are tied a little bit. So if you live close enough to come up to the mine, I would say don't trust that. You know, this place is massive, but you can come up here, get out of your car and look around for 5 minutes, and hike up some steep shit on the border of their property. But that's about what you're going to see. There's only like one little vantage point that you can actually see into the pit, unless you have a drone and you want to take the chances with the wind. It's really windy up here. So think of it this way, like when you look got one of the company guys driving by. I mean, these guys are working 24/7. This is the night shift leaving right now. I don't know if you guys could hear it going by or not, but anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I mean, you can come up here and get out of your car and look around, and it's fantastic, but that's about all you're going to get. I mean, I spent about 3 hours hiking around the areas that I was allowed to go, and I could still only see the vantage points I could see were still limited. I couldn't see the entire pit, only parts of it. But I was able to catch the, footage of the drills and in operation and stuff like that. So I will be able to put some of that in the log form. But yeah, the manager just expressed concern that he didn't want to see a bunch of people all of a sudden coming up here thinking that they're going to get some kind of tour, and that's not happening. They barely even had time to, meet me at the gate to show me where I'm not allowed to go. So, and I don't blame them. They're very polite, very nice. The two guys that I talked to, they're both shareholders. They're probably on an NDA, so they can't say shit about, if they know something, they're not allowed to talk about it. They knew I was coming up here, so they probably got a briefing from their manager or their boss or whatever and said, hey, you got a shareholder coming up. You guys got to keep info on a tight wrap. So this is a huge project, man. They can't allow info to get leaked out. And so I knew that coming in, and I already have a personal policy where I don't like to ask people in those positions questions that I know that they're legally not allowed to answer. I don't like to put them in that position. I think it's unfair, rude. Now, if somebody wants to just ramble on, then let them go. One CEO I went to Vegas to meet up with a couple of times. Pretty cool. I mean, he was a cool guy. I got to know him and became kind of friends with him and stuff, but he would just go talk and talk and talk. And I was a sponge soaking it all up. And, but really when it came down to it, he'd give me little tidbits, but nothing, nothing, important. And the bottom line is I'm not in a position to take advantage of information. I don't have a whole lot of shares. I was just lucky to find it cheap enough and grab a position that now is looking pretty good. But I know some of you guys, man, you guys really were able to rack up some good positions. I'm jealous. However, we're all at our own level, so it is what it is. All right, let's see if this coffee is ready. Got a few people watching. All right. So yeah, it's starting to get light out. You can see the sun's going to pop up over there. I was kind of hoping that it was going to pop. There's a mountain range over there. You can't really see it very well on the camera, but I was kind of hoping it was going to pop out over in here, but it looks like it's going to pop out up over here instead. So yeah, anyway, my experience coming up here is awesome. So what was that? Dropping shit. So after here, I'm going to drive over to the I'm going to drive over to Argos and show you guys what Argos looks like. For those of you that looked at it on the map, you can see it's not much. All it'll take was some money. Obviously, we have the money. Well, we don't have we have operating capital, but you know, once the big stuff comes in, if we get some kind of government contract like we're hoping, and they want to focus on that Argos property, then the rail, I mean, you'll see it. There's not a whole lot there, but it is close by. So, ooh, this is good. Anyway, I'm going to start showing you guys around a little bit now that I got my coffee made. I got one person still hanging out with me. Appreciate it. All right, let's see here. See what we can see here. Okay, so there's the Clark Mountains in the backdrop there. And literally, there's my van. The mine's up there. And I'm on the first plateau here, the tailings plateau. So, but yeah. So off around that bend right there, 5 miles or so, that's Mountain Pass. And I'm going to, so when I leave here, I'm going to swing by Mountain Pass. I can't get on property, but there's parts of it around the property that are public roadways. So I'll drive around a little bit, film, so you guys can see how big Mountain Pass is. And if we're like correct in assuming what we've got more than Mountain Pass. So this is going to be cool. This is going to be big. And let me see if I can show you. There's another vantage point. Let's see. Yeah, you can't really see it. You see where those trucks are right above my hat? So that is another flat plateau that I'm on my way out. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do some some quick videos and some photos from there, because 10 years from now, that's probably gonna be the only place that I won't be able to stand where I'm at right now 10 years from now. So think about it. This is huge. I mean, if China's doing what they're doing and the administration is going as fast as we know they're going, then I don't know. For those of you that have been investing in miners for a while, you understand what I'm saying. When this project is moving fast, this is moving faster than I've ever seen an exploration company move. I mean, part of the reason why they weren't going to, they considered it, but part of the reason why I can't get a tour in the pit, I can't go on the other side, is because of MHSA rules. It's like this, it's like a OSHA type of a thing for miners. They're not actively mining. They're just exploring right now. So I forget how they pronounce it, but the MHSA, they don't need to get involved until they're actually like processing and digging and getting materials. Since they're just drilling right now, they don't need to be involved, but they didn't want anything on camera that would pique their curiosity, be like, hey, that guy didn't have any safety glasses on. And so they're not required right now to have that. But once they start, then they have to have everything dialed in. And for those of you that understand like health and safety in the workplace, some of these organizations that they take it super serious. So when they said, no, we can't do that, I was like, okay, I understand. I'm not upset about it. I would have really loved to have gotten down into the pit. I wanted to do a live stream down in the pit. That would have been fantastic. But that's where, if the MHSA see one guy not having his safety glasses on while he's rubbing his eyes out and they're having a meeting, and he's forgets to put them on back on right away, and next thing you know, they're up here with a fine-tooth comb. Can't have that. So anyway, the long form video that I put out, there's a lot of stuff that I could get on my Nikon. Like yesterday, the live stream with the sun and stuff, I won't have that issue with the Nikon, but I didn't have my cord to hook into the system for that. So, and I wanted to film the complete sunset with one full swoop of my camera, because then I can speed it up 5 times fast and you can be like, woo, see the sunset in 30 seconds. So anyway, yeah, so anyway, I'm getting ready to pack my stuff up and get on down this mountain. There's Clark Mountain in the backdrop. This is a big ass tailing pile I'm sitting on. My van set up in the mine. Anyway, follow me on social media, Bike Guy, on Twitter, Van Life Adjustments, on YouTube. At some point soon, I'm going to start up another channel for some other stuff. I'll let everybody know. I do post on iHub every now and then, but not really, here and there. Appreciate y'all. If you have any questions, just hit me up. I'll answer what I can. And we got a good one here, so hold on to those shares tight. I'll put it up on a closing. I'm going to give you an analogy, a real life situation that happened to me. And I can relate it to Dateline for you. I was buying Bitcoin at $300 a bit. Back in like 2013, 14. And I'm a worker, man. I work my ass off. I don't have a whole bunch of money to play with. On the OTC, we have some retirement stuff going on, but I work my tail off just to make things work. So I'm a little bit cash poor, right? So I was buying Bitcoin at 300. If I could have loaded up then, I would have, but I got into a situation, had something happen. I needed some money. I was up 1,000%. Any of you that trade, you got to take profits. So anyway, I sold a bunch of my Bitcoin at $4,000 a bit. Now look at it. Damn. I'm not going to let that happen again. I'm not as cash poor as I was back then. I can get by. I don't have to sell for the money. So imagine selling Dateline. Imagine selling Bitcoin at $4,000 a bit or $3,000 a bit. That would be the equivalent of selling Dateline at like $2 a share, $3 a share. So think about it. This is going big. This is huge. And you'd be take your profits, obviously. And I'm not a financial advisor, so talk to whoever you need to talk to. But really sit and think about, if you sell your shares at $2 a share, are you going to be pissed off that you sold when it's at $20, $30 a share 5 years from now, 10 years from now? don't be like me, man. Don't sell Bitcoin when it's at $3,000. Don't sell Dateline when it's at $2. Be a fool. Anyway, y'all make your own decisions. Take profits wherever you need to, sell whenever you need to, buy whenever you want to. It's not my call, it's your call. I'm just giving you my 2 cents. I made a mistake with Bitcoin. I'll never make a mistake like that again. So peace out, everybody. I'll see you on the social medias. And I don't know when I'm going to come up here again. I'm going to try to get up at least in some of the surrounding areas so I can watch the development of the landscape. But I'll be around. I'll put out a long form as soon as I can. All right, guys. Peace out.